things that we've learned in our work with the introduction of Common Core standards is that in this new era of what's expected for kids, with the bar being raised so considerably, that we can't leave anything to chance. If we believe that it's every student's civil right to have choices available to them after they leave our K-12 system, then we have to have a curriculum that's guaranteed.
I started working with Aloha-Huber Park about 4 years ago, but very intensely for the last 3 years. Once we really started talking about what are the Common Core state standards in mathematics, how are we going to use the curriculum materials to make sure all students learn it, and how do we build in that guaranteed and viable curriculum to make sure that we make a promise to the community that regardless of teacher that your child has, this is what your child will learn. When you are building a fence, the fence posts are the most critical part, so you dig deep, and those become your priority or your essential standards. We bolded and underlined the priority, the essential standards, the fence posts, but we made sure all the supporting standards and the rails were there as well.
Involving addition, subtraction, multiplication using visual models.
Because you need to know what goal you're chasing. You need to know what level you need to get those kids to. If you don't know what proficiency looks like before you start instructing, your view on proficiency could change depending on how well the students are doing. So you want to have the bar set before you start teaching so that you can get the students to that proficiency.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump in right away with our learning target. Take about 5 seconds to read it to yourself.
I have the learning target up here for our math class, and I'm going to read it first, and then it'll be your turn, okay?
Today, our learning target is I can solve fraction word
problems involving addition, subtraction, and multiplication using visual models. Muy bien.
I have to understand the learning targets. I have to know where my students are going. My students need to know where they're going, so I have to share with them what I'm asking them to do. This is absolutely a collaborative effort. It's not about me. It's all about understanding what the target is asking. Where do I need to look to make sure that my students are being successful?
When we do our maps, the standards are our top priority. So everything that we do in our curriculum maps always goes back to the standards. When we create our assessments, we go back to the standards. When we are teaching lessons, we create targets for every single lesson. Every kid in the 5th grade and in the school has had access to priority standards and national standards as well.
We collaborate to make sense of the standards, we create common assessments to measure success, and we analyze results to know where we stand and to decide what to do next. What we have discovered in Aloha-Huber Park is that we have to think in a simpler way. That's when you are able to connect the goal with the reality that you have, when you are capable to dream because you are realistic, when you have acknowledged whatever high it is because you know that you can take your students there. So when we are talking about progress in Aloha-Huber Park, it's not luck. It's just that systematic thinking that brings everything together in a really simple but logical way.
We're not afraid to set goals with the kids. We're not afraid of the data. Part of the reason why I've been here for so long and always want to stay is that the magic of seeing a kid who has been afraid, when they get to the middle school and we show them the data and we set goals with them, and sort of this magical thing happens, they start to believe in themselves. If you can just get them to believe that they can do something related to school, then the beauty is when they leave us, they can apply that to anything in their lives.